At 7 o'clock, we'll call a council meeting of January 8th to order. Madam Clerk, would you read the roll, please?
Miller,
Yes.
Nichols, Lash,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
First item is the approval of the work session of December 11th.
Move approval of the work session minutes from December 11th, 2017.
Second.
Miller,
Yes.
Lash,
Yes.
Williams,
Abstain.
Shivers,
I have to sing. I was late.
I was late too.
so you're abstaining.
I got here at the
We need a ruling.
We need one more. Don't we? We have to bring it back to the next meeting. Okay, the next item would be the approval of the minutes of the regular session of December 11th, 2017.
Move approval of the regular minutes, or regular session minutes of December 11th, 2017. Second.
Miller,
Yes.
Lash,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Next would be the first resolution. That's Bill number 2018-01, a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an extension of the city on-call engineering service agreement with Bartlett and West Incorporated. Reading and passage, Mr. Slater.
Yes, Your Honor, this is a one-year renewal option on our contract, and to cover our details, we will turn to Kenzie Russell.
Council will recall that a couple of years ago we entered into an on-call engineering contract with Bartlett and West. Last year we did a review meeting and approved the option to renew. We have done a review meeting with them again this year and are recommending to take the second option to renew that contract as well. Bartlett and West has helped us with a number of contracts, including sewer work. Under a separate contract, they're doing the design work on Holt Street currently, and they have done some survey work and other work for the park department as well.
Is there any change in the cost of these services?
There will be an update to their hourly rates. That's I believe will be roughly a 1% change.
1% change?
I believe it's roughly that.
Further questions? Pleasure of the board.
I move for reading of bill number 2018-01, a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an extension to the city's on-call engineering services agreement with Bartlett and West.
Second.
Miller,
Yes.
Lash,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Bill number 2018-1, a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an I'll start again. A resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an extension to the city's on-call engineering services agreement with Bartlett and West Incorporated. Whereas it is time for a contract renewal of the professional services provided by the Bartlett and West Incorporated, and whereas Bartlett and West Incorporated of Jefferson City, Missouri has continued satisfactory work in the last year. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Mexico, Missouri as follows. Section 1. City manager is authorizing an extension to the on-call engineering services agreement with Bartlett and West Incorporated. Section 2. This resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after the time of its passage. Move for passage of bill number 2018-01.
Second.
Miller,
Yes.
Lash,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Next item is Bill number 2018-2, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Austin Pepper Group Incorporated for professional services for comprehensive wage and benefit study. Reading and passage, Mr. Schlegel.
Yes, Your Honor. At council direction, the staff, we did seek professional services to conduct the comprehensive wage and benefit study for this year. And to cover the details, we'll turn to Roger Haynes.
Good evening, Council. Through direction provided by City Council, staff did seek professional services to conduct a comprehensive wage and benefit study. This study has an overall objective of keeping the city's total compensation plan market competitive. The last wage and benefit study was authorized back in April of 2008. An advertisement for the request for proposals was placed in the Mexico Ledger, posted on the city's website, and mailed directly to 6 consulting firms. The study will include reviewing the city's job descriptions and classification system based on job content analysis, reviewing each employment position to verify FSLA and ADA compliance, collecting salary and benefit data to produce a recommended pay plan based on job analysis, job evaluation, context, and survey data. Then the development of a cost study and implementation plan providing multiple strategies incorporating recommended and approved changes to pay structures while remaining flexible to fiscal constraints. This process will also include a meeting with the governing body to report the outcome of the study and review the recommendations. And as a wrap-up, being approved with a compensation plan adjustment, training designated personnel in each step of the classification pay plan development to help ensure implementation and proper maintenance of the pay plan. The request for proposal did receive 4 responses, of which 2 were selected for interviews. The 2 firms selected were Austin Peters Group Incorporated out of Overland Park, Kansas, with a fee-for-services cost of $27,590. The second firm interviewed was Springstead Incorporated out of St. Paul, Minnesota, and their fee-for-services were at $31,320. Based on the RFP response, interviews, and quality of references reviewed, staff believes the Austin Peters Group will provide the city a thorough and comprehensive study. Therefore, staff recommends the council proceed with reading and passage of the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Austin Peters Group for professional services for the completion of a comprehensive wage and benefit study for an agreed-upon price of $27,590. And just as a comparison, when this study was done 10 years ago, the cost of that study was $26,202.
Roger, who did that? Was it McGrath that did that?
It was McGrath that did the study back in 2008, yes.
And they were not considered or not interviewed this time?
Their RFP response was just not near the quality that we had expected of them and just didn't measure up to the 2 that were selected for interviews.
When they do the study, when we talk to them, I know when we talked about doing this, they are going to look at not just other governments, they're going to look at the community as a whole, correct? Because we talked about that as well, not just comparing Moberly to Mexico, but what are the equal jobs here in Mexico pay?
You are correct. They will look at other governing entities outside of the Mexico area proper, but we will also look at possibly, let's say, the Veterans Home or Ameren or the county or the local state operations here with the Division of Transportation. So yes, we will look at others beside just a Moberly or a Columbia or a Jefferson City.
How about on public safety type jobs? Wouldn't they have to go outside the community?
We will. Actually, there are a few other public safety entities or public safety type operations in the state, including Maryville, De Pere, and Sykeston, so they will be included in that survey.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just referring to, not to public safety, you're going to go ahead, but like, an accountant is an accountant at wherever or whatever,
Pleasure.
Make a motion to read Bill 2018-02.
Second. Miller.
Yes.
Lush.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Chivers.
Yes.
Bill number 2018-02, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter an agreement with Austin Peters Group Incorporated for professional services for a comprehensive wage and benefit study. Whereas members of the city council have directed staff to seek professional services to conduct comprehensive wage and benefit study, and whereas an advertisement for requests for proposals was placed with 4 responses received, and whereas Austin Peters Group Incorporated had selected based on the RFP response interview and quality of references reviewed. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Mexico, Missouri as follows. Section 1, the city manager is authorized to enter into an agreement with Austin Peters Group Incorporated for professional services for the completion of a comprehensive wage and benefit study for an agreed upon price of $27,590. Section 2, this resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after the time of its passage. I move for passage of bill number 2018-02.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Lush.
Yes.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Next item is Bill number 2018-3, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign change order number 1 with Hegeman Incorporated. Reading and passage. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor, this is the continuation of a project for the installation of the aeration blowers at the wastewater plant. And we had some changes that need to be done to get the system going. And to cover the details, we'll turn to Kenzie Russell.
This is a project that started some time back. The city purchased 2 magnetic bearing turbo blowers equipment, and then we entered into the contract with Hegeman Inc. for the installation of those blowers out at the wastewater plant. During the installation, discovered that 2 of the valves in the air distribution system were leaking, and this change order is for the replacement of those valves and the replacement of the special gaskets that go in that piping with those valves. And the change order is $11,147.95. Just by way of big picture, we had budgeted $500,000 for the project. The blowers cost about $250,000. The installation contract about $110,000. So we've obligated about $362,000 to date. This will bring that up to $373,000 plus or minus there. So we'll still be under budget. I do anticipate that there will be one more change order to complete it. That obligation cost does include the engineering that we've had done with Horner and Schefren as well. And so this is a complete cost there. We're recommending approval of the change order so that we can have hopefully a fully functioning system for several years to come.
Questions?
I move for first reading of Bill number 2018-3, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign change order number 1 with Hegeman Incorporated.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Lush.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes. Bill number 2018-03, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign change order number 1 with Hegeman Incorporated. Whereas a contract with Hegeman Incorporated was approved on September 25, 2017 for the installation of aeration blowers at the wastewater plant, and whereas additional repairs are needed and change order number 1 will allow the replacement and labor to install the valves and high temperature gaskets. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Mexico, Missouri as follows. Section 1, the city manager is authorized to sign change order number 1 with Hegeman Incorporated in the amount of $11,147.95. Section 2, this resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after the time of its passage. I move for passage of bill number 2018-03.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Lush.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Other business, approval of the claims.
Make a motion to pay the bills?
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Lush.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Next item is comments from the council. We begin with you, Mr. Rod.
We've had some snow and ice during the last few times. Have we spent a lot of money. I was kind of surprised one evening that the trucks were even out because there was like that much snow on the road.
We have had a little time out Christmas Eve when the snow came. We had crews out that evening, and then we had a couple of trucks last night spotting some of the ice where it had formed in some of the intersections. But overall, it's not been a large effort, and we certainly haven't used a lot of chemical. The temperatures have been helpful in that the chemical has worked pretty well. So.
Good deal. So what is the depth again? I thought it was like 2 inches, less than 2 inches. We didn't take them out.
I think that's the sidewalks downtown that they have.
Oh, okay.
2 inch.
That's where I got that number.
On. We basically try to respond whenever either our street superintendent or public safety feels that the streets have gotten slick to where there's a hazard to the public.
Okay. Good judgment. Thank you.
Mr. Williams?
I'm going to stick on the snow and ice. So, do we treat the Y lot? I'm just curious because...
We have a contract that treats that.
Well, this morning, one of our customers slipped out there and said something to them at the desk, and they said, we don't do the lot because that's the city's lot.
The Y has it under contract.
Lori has that under contract. I'd say whoever's at the front desk just do that.
Yeah, I just thought I'd make sure because I was like, what? I've never heard that
We've been over
before.
that many times.
Dr. Shivers?
I can't think of anything except I'm excited that we actually have Thailand is up and running. So the Reach to Teach Learning Center has its first evening, and young people in the community are getting tutored for free. So right there by Hugo's.
Mr. Slade?
Just wanted to note, council, that laid in front of you was the 2018 Martin Luther King celebration agenda, times of every event, so please note that, and that's all I have.
And the only thing I was going to say on the Martin Luther King celebration also is, I think the first part of that is at the First Presbyterian Church this Sunday night, I believe at 5 p.m. Is that correct? Yeah. I know it is,
Second one.
but I can't see it.
Yeah, it's the
There it
second.
is.
The first
Okay.
one's the gala.
At this time, we ask for the public to make comments. We ask you to come to the podium, state your name. Please hold your name and address, and please try to hold your comments to 3 minutes. Yes, ma'am. Right here. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Chris Craddock, retired teacher, as there are several people in this room know,
Address.
402 East Monroe. In the August-September AARP magazine, there was an article that really caught my eye. It's called Endless Recess. It's playground equipment based on the same thing if you went into the weight room, but it's outside. I talked to Chad about it, and Chad said he's been working on it for 10 years. And the more I think about that, 10 more years, Chad, I'm out of here, baby. I'm through. So I guess I'm here maybe to kind of pull Chad's chain just a little bit. But I really wish you would consider this. I know it's out of the budget for this year, but there are grants. There are ways to fund this. I've talked with Dana Keller from the Chamber of Commerce. She's interested in it, and I just would like to see somebody show some interest. We've got some really neat places where this could be put, and the first one that comes to my mind is the neat little park that's right down here on Jefferson Street. I mean, it's already got sidewalks that are back in there. It's small. It's downtown, which I think would be an advantage to encourage people to come downtown. So anyway, that was my interest. And I don't know, have you done anything about cost on this?
Oh, yeah, it's on our 5-year capital plan.
5 years, beginning, when does the 5 years
I'm not sure
begin?
which year it's on there. This year will be year one of that 5-year plan.
You'll make it.
Oh, my.
Any other public comments?
Thank you for your comments. Appreciate it.
If not, I move we adjourn.
Make a motion. Second.
Miller,
Yes.
Lush,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.